All right, so we're going to move on to questions because we do have a lot, and I do want to get through a lot of these today. Sorry to cut our guest Jack short a little bit. Jack, of course, if you have anything to interject or ejaculate onto our questions, feel free to just penetrate your way in, and we can get on with it. Wow, how many more can I fit in there? Again, ding! I am just full of it today. Zing! Okay, wow. Sexual puns are endless right now. Alright, I'm gonna start on with, this is a long one. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
From Anonymous. No, this has nothing to do with sex or anything of that nature. Alright, thank you, Anonymous. I once dated a girl during the summer and throughout my senior year of high school. Everything was good between us, and we enjoyed each other's company, holding hands, cuddling, kissing, all the good stuff. But one of our biggest issues came out on the day before my senior prom. Let me explain her to you. She is dressed like she was 18. She had the body of an 18-year-old. She walked like an 18-year-old. She talked like an 18-year-old. She had the maturity level of an 18-year-old. Everything about her screamed out that she was 18 years old. We were in the mall at a tuxedo shop, getting me fitted for a tux for the prom, since I decided to be a lazy ass and wait until the last minute to get fitted for one before the prom. That's a little redundant. It was me, my mom, my dad, her mom, and her in the tuxedo shop. As I was getting fitted, her mom let it slip that her sweet 16 was coming up and wanted to know if I was going to come to the party. She was 15 years old.
Oh my God.
I was petrified, and hearing this out of the corner of my eye, I'm not going to read this whole thing because there's a lot more to the story about how pretty much their family freaked out. His family freaked out about that she is dating a 15-year-old. They repaired the wound and locked it down. They talked. It didn't really last. The question is, do you agree or disagree that it's getting harder to tell whether a girl's underage or not? How can men tell if they are underage or not? Are we going to have to start carding women we think are underage? This is a very good question because I very agree with this. That girls seem to get more mature as the years go on. What do you guys think?
Well, in general, women tend to mature quicker than men.
I mean, it comes
I
down
agree that women dress a lot older for their ages compared to 20 years ago, I think.
I mean, when I was a senior in high school, when the new batch of freshmen came in, I was always thinking, what the hell? I mean, these girls cannot be freshmen. They are hotter than the girl right next to me in my senior class. What's going on? I mean, shit, I was at a restaurant the other day. I'm not a pedophile. I'm not going to say that these girls were hot. I'm just saying I was at lunch the other day, and this middle school class came in for a field trip to eat lunch. And I mean, you could see the middle school shirts on the t-shirts and stuff. The girls looked like they were in high school, and I was just like, what the hell is going on with our youth? Thoughts?
I mean, I was on in vacation on London. I was actually down in Guildford at the shopping mall there, and this 11-year-old or something girl came up in the shortest top, the shortest skirt, and fuck me shoes. And I actually did a double take because
Wait. Fuck me shoes?
Yes, you know, high heels.
The shoes were screaming fuck me. Okay,
Yeah.
Just need to get that.
But I actually did a double take because initially, just by looking at her clothes, I assumed she was much, much older. Then I saw, holy crap, that girl's like 11 and she's dressed like a total whore. What was more worrying was that she was with her mother.
And did her mom catch you staring?
No.
Oh, that would have been really fun.
But that did make me go like, girls, we're not being very strict on what younger girls can and cannot dress like these days.
Yeah, you're gonna see girls. I mean, Nurse
They're
Joy,
always, women.
what are your thoughts on younger girls dressing up like, how adults or 18, like 15-year-olds dressing up like 18-year-olds? What's your thought on that?
Well,
As
it's
girls.
just,
like
it's just like
prostitutes.
the TV. It's like all their role models are like models and stuff like this, and so they feel like to be pretty you have to dress this way.
True.
It's just that simple.
When it comes to how can men tell if they're underage or not, I find I can tell in the face. That's just me. Maybe I'm just skilled at telling whether someone is of the age of 18 or not. But you can usually tell in the face. Girls look a little bit more mature when they get a little bit older, and you can tell when they're younger in the face. Now, Trapped Kitten, she is a perpetual sexy 18-year-old, so I don't know about her, but, you know.
But, you know, if
I have
there
like
is
the
a doubt-
opposite effect. I look a lot younger.
And
than
that's
my
why
age.
she's hot, guys. Ka-choo, ka-chow, ka-chow.
But
Okay.
the thing is that still, if you have a doubt that a girl is underage, and you really just have to ask her, because you know you don't want to end up in jail. You don't want to end up on the sex offenders list just because she looked 18. How was I supposed to know? Because
True,
that doesn't
so-
hold up in
ID.
court.
When it comes down to it, guys, even if you're at a bar and you pick up a girl somewhere there, you gotta check. I mean, if there's any doubt, any suspicion at parties or bars, you gotta make sure they're 18. I don't care about the whole laws going on where, well, it's 17 is technically legal here. Don't get yourself on a sex offender list, because I know here in Texas, at least, you can get slammed, for having sex with a minor, even by mistake. You can be slammed as a pedophile, sex offender, just as much as the guy down the street who molests little boys.
And
So,
the big problem with that is you lose internet privileges, so you can't listen to this lovely podcast.
oh, I did not know that. Do not get if any of you become pedophiles and lose internet privileges, I will shun you. But Jack, what's your thought on having sex with minors?
I think it's deplorable, but for the most part, I can understand biologically like why people would want to. At least in the idea that men tend to be attracted more to younger women, mainly because, to an extent, they tend to be more fertile. However, that I think 15 is probably the highest I would go to. Any younger than that seems a little too weird.
Counterproductive.
Yeah.
You're going on simply biological.
Yeah, but I agree with Mickey in that you can kind of tell in the face. A good example would be if you know Kitty Young, who's kind of a really weird niche porn star because she's in her late 20s, early 30s, but she looks like she's 11, at least in her body. But you can tell in her face that she's much older.
Hold on, I'm Googling this girl real quick.
What
Let's
was her
see.
name?
So it's Kitty Young, Young.
Oh dear, she looks very young. Okay, cool. Awesome. So we're
She has
gonna
a Wikipedia page.
hey. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next question because, like I said, we have about 28 questions. So yes, too long didn't listen. Always ask if they're of age because you never want to be caught with your pants down with a minor. Here we go. Lingering issues from Anonymous. Good evening. I'm writing this while listening to the show. I've been trying to find someone to talk about this, but it makes me feel rather stupid that it still bothers me. I was 16 or so at the time, and I spent about 6 months chasing a girl. She was the first girl who I made an effort to do so, and it ended badly. At the end of the chase, I finally got a yes out of her when I asked her out for the third time. And that weekend, we were together at a good friend's place. She was friends with his younger sister. And we were hanging out in his room playing some video games. I went to hand back the controller to my friend and suddenly heard something odd. Looked back and see him fingering her. Whoa, I flipped shit. And ended up walking the streets at 1 in the morning, much to the surprise of his parents. Now, after the relationship between me, my friend and I never really recovered. We no longer speak, and with her, I cut her from my life pretty quickly. Good for you. And I've seen her only once since then. My confidence has been rather well broken. And since then, I have not had the ability to chase after a girl I wanted to. 6 years later, it still haunts me. So what can I do to build myself back up? Trying to chase a girl a few years back, before I lost my social life to a night job and such ended up with me crashing and burning quite badly. So bad that she ended up going out with a guy who got her hooked with various kinds of drugs, which to this day still pisses me off. That did not make much sense in the reading. It's really typed kind of weird. So pretty much the question comes down to, I had a really bad experience when I was younger with a girl chasing after her and such, and now it's like I have no confidence. How can I build my confidence up and asking out girls? That really comes down to having confidence in yourself, man. I mean, yeah, you said you have a night job and you don't have much of a social life. But, I mean, you got to find the qualities about you that scream good. And here's what it comes down to: if a girl screws you over, or if you chase after this girl and she ends up making you the fool, what you need to do is just be like, oh, well, fuck you. I'm better than you. You need to get over it and let her know that she's missing out on you. That's my opinion on it. Guys, help me out here.
I agree with you.
Me too. I just can't believe the guy did that. Had the balls to do it.
I mean, your friend has some balls. I mean, I gotta say that. I mean, your ex-friend has some balls to do that while you guys are playing video games and whatnot. But when it comes down to confidence, man, it's really horrible advice, I guess. But I mean, it's just best thing is you just gotta gain your confidence back, and you just gotta play it up. Even if you don't have it, it's act it out. Pretend you have the confidence, and eventually it'll come. I mean, that's what she said. But I mean, seriously, you just gotta play it up like you have the confidence. So I mean, that's all I can really say about that.
If you act like you got it, then eventually you'll get it.
It's true that I myself didn't have any confidence in high school. Not at all. I was a little nerdy, scaredy boy. I was quiet and I was not outgoing. Eventually I became the mascot. I mean, that's what eventually got me more confident, because people knew who I was, and they would start talking to me, and eventually I was able to play it off. But I used to be this most nervous, scared guy who wanted the confidence but never took it. But like I said, what Lordcat just said, you pretend you have confidence. That's what I ended up doing, and I ended up getting confidence. I have some really good confidence. I don't know too many people who can walk in a convention or down the street in a Speedo, because I can, and feel perfectly fine about it.
Hey, I don't know many people who are willing to rub strawberries on their nipples for entertainment of others,
Or pineapples. All right. So yeah, pretty much, long story short, too long, did not listen, like I'm going to be doing a lot. Pretend you have the confidence, and you will have the confidence. Moving on. This is from Conflict of Interest here. Well, having chillingly low confidence, self-confidence probably factors into it, I find I have a problem when trying to meet females. I'm both a sports nerd and a movie, anime, video game nerd, so an all-around nerd. While trying to meet females to fall into either category, they generally seem to become disinterested when they discover that I fall into the other category. How can I bridge the gap and find someone who can accept me for me? On a side note, how does one build self-confidence? Thanks, keep things up, you're doing great. We just discussed the confidence thing. Pretend you have it, you have it. Bridging the gap here, if a girl becomes disinterested in what you're in, I mean, don't dwell on that subject for too long. Eventually, if you start pursuing and dating the girl for a while, then yeah, of course she's going to have to accept you for you. But if you're talking in something she's interested in, you're interested in, as general dating is, you don't want to, bore your date or girlfriend, you need to slowly ease her into it. Yeah, be like, I know for a fact a lot of girls I've dated, or people that I know, at least friends-wise, when I'm making new friends, don't find anime the most stunning or amazingly socially popular thing ever. I don't know what's wrong with them. So when I discuss it, I mean, I casually bring it up. But yeah, I'm into anime. I go to conventions and things like that. No, I don't dwell into it saying I have a giant DVD collection like I do, and I don't say I will go on binges and go through a week period of watching through seasons and seasons and seasons of a particular